You've reached the Player Supreme show. I'm your host, Player Supreme. I'm playing that old school Lakeside and Fantastic Voyage because this game is about a voyage into you. Let me say something before I begin my show today. Psychologically, it is a truth that men have the strong inborn instinct for procreation, and women have the strong inborn instinct for nurturing. And it is these two instincts that create new life. Now, many of you out there were not planned babies. I know I wasn't, and I'm sure the majority of you were not planned. You just happened. But wasn't it really an accident? I think I talked about this in my first podcast, but you are one single sperm from the millions and millions of sperms that tried to reach that female egg. That means you are not one in a million, but rather one out of multi-millions. Your desire to live was that strong that you beat all the other sperm cells in the race for life. So already, everyone out there listening to me, you are the winner. You're a winner just by being born. So when it comes to the area of self-esteem, think back when you were growing up. For some of you, you got put down a lot. Sometimes the words you heard were about your physical appearance or your mental competence. And being young and vulnerable, you start to believe that shit. If you know my life story, you know that I was told a lot of different things. And that's how I developed my inferiority complex later on in life. But as we're of that young age, we were too young to understand what was happening to us. You only knew that you were feeling uncomfortable when you were put down. Think about it. Think back in time. Someone said, conduct as determined not by principle, but by breeding. An inferiority complex will kill your game quicker than anything else out there. It takes away the natural inner strength that you were born with and replaces that inner strength with inferior feelings. People who are anorexics, this is one of the cruelest self-imposed complexes that you can put on yourself because it often leads to death. These people actually see themselves as being fat. They don't realize they're starving themselves to death. That's how deep an inferiority complex can run. It is the inferiority complex that determines your comfort zone. Think about that. The more inferior you feel, the more controlling you can be. The more you permit yourself to also be controlled. It depends on whether you choose to use your inferiority complex against others or allow it to be used against yourself. Either way, you still come out the loser. The turning point in your life will be when you decide to overcome your inferiority complex. Either you overcome it by making a decision to do so, otherwise you'll be leaving the door open for someone else to do things to you. To leave the door open for other people to leech their feelings off on into you. It starts by taking action. Make a decision and then take action to overcome your inferiority complex. Then it will no longer have a negative power over you. You'll stop those feelings of shame and guilt and insecurity. You won't feel guilty just because you have desires for a woman. Instead, you'll feel the experience of confidence and tranquility for the first time in your lives. Now let me talk about talking on the phone to girls. When I talk on the phone, I like to keep my voice really deep and very sexual. And I always like to lead them into sexual conversations. For example,
You guys just do that, huh?
They just ram it.
Yeah, ram it, yeah.
There's not a whole lot of anything else going on with that. Everything's on down there. They don't know what it is.
Didn't know how to take care of the pussy. Oh. Damn. Yeah. Yes, it is. Is your pussy wet right now? Are you squeezing your legs together? Have you been squeezing your legs together? Sure, I bet you do. Yeah. It still gets you off, huh?
Oh, yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do. Stay away from that other stuff. Stay away from that.
Oh, the vibrator? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That'll definitely burn you.
Like if you do that, you do. It's definitely
Yeah. Nope, it doesn't. You want to keep the pussy fresh. Oh, you look at stuff on the internet?
I did, but I really very,
Yeah, right. Well, what you need is for me to come over here. That's what you need, yeah. Yep. Send you home with a smile on your face to Pierre. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to make that happen.
All right, good.
Today I'm going to talk about desire. Now, desire means to hope or wish for ardently, or to ask for, or to petition. In the area of desire, I would say that desire is the key force that will propel you to success in anything that you do. Desire is the force inside of you that is like a fuel that you can run on. And in order to be successful, you need a strong desire to push for that goal. It's one of the things that will keep you going when you want to quit. When your desire to accomplish a goal is strong enough, you won't let anything stop you. I'm always using my buddy as an example. As you guys have heard me talk about with him, his desire to get pussy is not that strong. That's why he has no pussy in his life. My desire to get pussy was I'm like a one-track Doberman kind of pincher kind of dog, or a pit bull. You know, I was focused on it. That's all I wanted was pussy in my life. Everywhere I went, I'm thinking pussy. I had desire to become good in this game as my #1 life mission at that time. And that's what caused me to rise up, and that's what caused my buddy to sink down. Regardless of your sexual preferences that you have inside, his desire for female pussy was not strong enough to maintain it, that he learned to get good at it or to overcome obstacles. It all relates to desire. How badly do you want to be successful in this game? Let me say this about desire. Desire is the fire that brings enthusiasm to a boil. It's the power behind all great successes. You look at a successful man, you'll see a person with a strong desire there. No matter what it is, whether it's going to make $1 million or going to become the biggest pimp or the biggest player in the world. It starts with desire. Desire transcends obstacles and barriers and brings what you want when you spend time cultivating it, then stepping out with a leap of faith. You can develop your desire. We all have a what I'll call a God-given, if I can use that word God on this program, but I can since it's my show, God-given desire built into us. Spend a little time each day seeing and feeling, expressing and enjoying and building what you want. Look at the images of what you want so they will come to pass. We've learned that from the video program that was posted. Bring that desire to a boiling point so that you can see it manifesting in your life quickly and easily. Feel yourself. Fuel it. F-U-E-L. Fuel yourself with the belief that your desires are the bubbling, churning, burning steam engine that will take you where you want to go. Desire takes you beyond limitations. It ignores challenges and setbacks, and it will help you plow forward in life. Someone once said, "He who desires but acts not is simply unwilling to play the hand he's been dealt with." In the Bible it says, "Delight thyself in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart." A man named Keith D. Harrell said, "Desire is the D factor. It is the force on the inside that is displayed by an unstoppable action that never, never, never gives up." The following are some affirmations I want you fellas to burn into your brains. I acknowledge my internal desire as a driving force that will help me succeed. Say that to yourself and then believe it. Just acknowledge your desire as a driving force. All of us have a desire to get pussy out there. That's our motivating factor. That's our desire. We desire pussy. Let it drive you. As I was, become one-track mind about it, like a pit bull, locking on, can't let go, and you will get there. Next affirmation. I possess the desire to do all things. I am building a stronger level of desire each day to do things I need to do to succeed. What haven't you been doing in the last few days that you need to be doing? Are you sitting at home just listening to this podcast over and over again? Or are you listening and then going out into the world motivated to attract women into your lives? Are you turning on the TV set after you listen to the podcast? Or are you stopping and going outside and doing something? Women are not in your homes. They're out there in the world. You have to get out there. Go to the coffee shop, sit there and read, and practice your eye contact. As you know, my game starts with the eye contact. That's the way women play the game also. That is one of the number one reasons why so many people off all the different boards get flaked on. They don't play the game properly. Play the game. Learn the game. Are you desiring to learn more about the game? Next one. I am able to stay motivated by my strong desire to excel. Of course, I'm going to go back to my buddy. As you all know, he has not excelled. He's probably listening to me right now because he listens to the podcasts. His desire to excel isn't very strong. His desire to get women isn't very strong. If it was, he would have pussy on his team. Anybody's desire, when it becomes so strong that you say fuck the shyness and get out there and do it, has a strong desire to succeed. Last one. I am renewed by my desire to achieve. Desire is a strong, forceful energy. It's the forceful energy of life coming through you, and it will renew you. If you go out there and get turned down, you will get renewed by your constant desire to attract a good woman into your lives. That turn down won't feel like anything. If you listen to my podcast, you know I say from the book The Pimp Game, all whom I do not see when I stand alone in front of a mirror are beneath me. Those are not just words, but they are a way of life that you need to apply to yourself. You are the number one person in your life. Nobody out there matters except you. They have no power unless you give it to them. That is what I was talking about earlier in the area of inferiority complexes. You let them open your door. Now it's time to slam that door. Forget all that stuff you've heard as a kid. Forget all that stuff your parents have said to you. Forget all that stuff you have said to yourself. It's time to step forward as a strong, vibrant man and do what a vibrant, real man does. Succeed. Succeed at whatever you set your mind to, whether it's women, whether it's school, whether it's business, whether it's your job. You have that power in you right now to succeed at anything. Remember, you are the one sperm that outswam everyone else because your desire to live was so strong. You didn't come here to life to fail. You came here to succeed. And it's time to get back on that track and become successful at this game and at every game, at the entire game of life. Until next time, my brothers. Yeah, this has been another Player Supreme episode. I've been your host, Player Supreme.
Oh, you know we had to do it. Oh, you know we had to do it. Come on. Hey, yo, Mary, I don't think they're ready for this, right? This is phase 1. Love and life. Oh, let's rock, people.
Player Supreme at